Since it's the first episode that we are doing and it's the introduction, I'm nervous. So the spark for me, it's this aha moment. I feel like the world is already quite loud. In the end, you are the person that can influence your world. Welcome to One Spark Away, which is a space for conversations about emotional intelligence, leadership, and moments that quietly change us. This is going to be a global project, and I'm very much looking forward to introducing you into the idea, into the project that we are setting up here. Since I am quite emotional, I have my sister here in the room with me, and she will support me with guiding you through what this entire project will be. Why is this important and why it is important now? We are currently facing an emotional recession, and I really do believe that fostering emotional intelligence and growing leaders that start with self-awareness will also support us into changing the trajectory that we are currently experiencing around the world. We will have an opening ritual, and I would love to invite you to try it out with me right now. So my sister, Sorana, here in the room, she will guide us with some questions for the first time throughout this ritual that we will be having. And since this podcast will be a lot about emotions, we also have emotion cards on the table, and each of our guests will be invited in the beginning to check in with one emotion card, and then also at the end to check out with one emotion card. So yeah, Sorana, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for accepting this challenge. I know for you it's also a quite emotional journey, but
Yes,
it means
it
a
is.
lot to have you around and to rely on you as I can always do. You were here with me from the beginning. Yeah, I'm looking forward to co-create this space together with you.
So am I. Which emotion best describes how you're arriving into this conversation today?
Are you handing them over to me? Okay, so these are the emotion cards. How am I arriving in the conversation today? Well, it's not so easy. There are so many emotions that are somehow like really matching what I'm feeling, but I think the best one that describes it right now is this one. Because I feel like since it's the first episode that we are doing and it's the introduction, I'm nervous, maybe a little bit of afraid that, I don't know, it's just gonna be a session out of bloopers, but let's see how it's gonna turn
That's
out.
what
in the
makes
end.
it fun.
Yeah.
The bloopers.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I think this is how I'm checking in, and yeah.
Next question. What does that emotion reflect about your life or work right now?
Well, I think being out of the comfort zone, because for me, this is a card that is representing a lot of oops, I'm out of my comfort zone. I think this is something that is happening a lot in my life right now. Also professionally, doing and creating more content. It's something that I'm not used to do, and it's something that I am learning. So it's a process for me right now, and it's a process that I am embracing, but it's definitely also emotionally challenging every single time until you get into the flow.
How would you like to feel when we close this conversation?
Ooh, let me check another card for this one. I think this is a very suitable one. So I would really love to get out of the conversation happy, joyful, and looking forward to the next one.
What intention do you want to hold during the conversation so you leave feeling the way you want to feel?
So my intention for today is to manage to set the stage and to manage to also embrace my own emotions in this journey with you together and also with the audience together. So yeah, I think that embracing emotions and pointing them out are part of today's journey.
What does the spark in One Spark Away actually stand for in human terms?
So the spark for me, it's this aha moment, like where you hear an idea or have a thought about something and you realize, oh my God, this is the next step that I want to do and to make a change, a conscious change. So it's an aha moment which guides you through becoming a better you.
At what point did you realize that the moments that truly change us are rarely big decisions, but small inner shifts we become aware of?
So for me, a small change was starting with identifying my own patterns. So I was living on an autopilot for a long period of time. And of course, I was having the same results all over and over again. This autopilot helped me for a certain period of time. But at some point, it also got me to the point in which I was feeling a little bit, so to say, stuck. So then the decision that I made was to dig a little bit deeper and understand where everything is coming from and what are the root causes of these emotional patterns that I was having and the behaviors that were also emerging throughout the patterns. Because it's like, like you're on a highway and then you continue running on that highway and that is working for you for a certain period of time. But then afterwards, you realize that maybe it's not the direction that you really want to continue going through. First of all, bringing those patterns into my awareness and then making these shifts consciously have also supported me into taking a little bit of a different direction and having the courage to step into more aligned goals that I was having for some time now and really having the courage to pursue them in the first place. So since we are here today, I think it's thanks to the fact that I realized that there are some things that I'm standing by, and my background and my first years of life were definitely guiding me through getting to this point in which I feel like I can support people in a different way. And I feel like I'm accompanying change for more than 5 years now through teams coaching, organizational coaching, and individual coaching. And this is something that is very important for me. And I really want to offer the world a spark to also understand that the shift starts with each and every one of you.
Why do you believe that sustainable change doesn't start with doing more, but with becoming aware of what's already shaping us?
I feel like we are living in a world that is guided by performance and guided by, like you're in a constant competition with somebody else and you're in a constant comparison with people in the online world. And we are so much disconnected from ourselves that we don't even realize that in the end, you are the person that can influence your world. So I think pausing, taking a breath, acknowledging who you are and what your background is, where you are coming from, and also where you want to go is a bubble of self-awareness that is very important to be able to make sustainable changes in your life. So I don't believe that running and chasing one goal after the other is going to be the fulfilling life that you or that people will have. I believe that you can live a fulfilled life, but you need to start with your own fulfillment first.
Why do you think we need spaces like this now? Not louder voices, but more conscious ones.
As I said, I feel like the world is already quite loud and we have so much change around us. We have so many amazing voices that are stepping up and that are speaking loud. But I also believe that we have quieter voices, more shy people that might not necessarily be comfortable with sitting in front of a camera, speaking of our journey today together. Because we are also both not really comfortable with sitting in front of a camera. It's an experience that is challenging for us. And since we love our comfort zone as human beings and we love to be safe and secure, and we do not necessarily by default push ourselves to get out there and to speak up, I really hope that we can create here a space in which also quieter voices, but that have so much gifts to offer to the world, will also step up from around the world and join us in making the shifts and having the conversations that will really spark our audience into owning their life and pursuing more qualitative life here.
Who is this podcast really for and who is it not for?
So this podcast is for people that are looking actively to become the best version of themselves, be it leaders, be it high performers, be it whoever feels like, yes, I need a change. I want to look up for something different. I want to understand what are my options and then pursue them. And who is it not for? I don't believe that it is for everybody. So I do embrace like cultural differences. I do embrace change and emotions, and people that don't want to acknowledge that, of course, are welcome to listen and are welcome to notice what resonates and what doesn't. And maybe for them too, they will also spark with something. But yeah, I do not expect it to be for each and everybody.
Why did you choose to create a global podcast instead of a local one?
So in the first place, I love traveling. I am traveling a lot. So I really do believe that with this opportunity, I can firstly bring, as I said before, maybe quieter voices from around the world also to a table and have an honest conversation that might spark something in somebody. And then there is also this cultural component. So since I will be in Asia 3 months next year, so there is a lot of opportunity there to also understand how different cultures are thinking about it and how different people around the world, what are the challenges that they might be facing and how they see emotions, how they see leadership, how they see the changes around the world. So yeah, I think for me, it's important to leverage the fact that I am traveling to continue doing that since I love it, and I think it enriches my life with every travel more and more, and also to bring to the audience more of a global perspective, also inclusive one, because in the end it's about understanding the other person that's in front of you and not judging them. So yeah, this is something that is very important for me to get to the point in which we are talking about it.
What role do quieter voices, lived experience, and presence play in this project?
I do believe that quieter voices have some hidden gifts, as I also said before. So I think these people can share so much from their life if they are in a safe space. So my goal is to create a safe space for others to shine, to bring up their messages, and to be present with me here in the room and also with the audience outside. I do cherish and value individuals as they are, and I do believe that every person has something that they are tremendously gifted in, and I really hope to unlock these people and to support them in stepping up into a room that is safe enough for them to share their thoughts, their experiences, and their maybe also change stories around the world.
If someone listens to 10 episodes of One Spark Away, what should be different in how they relate to themselves?
I really hope that people that listen to this podcast will be more conscious and will be more gentle to themselves and to the people in front of them. In my experience with teams and organizations and also with a one-on-one coaching, we tend to think that the other person is like bad or is like, you are misunderstanding me. You have your own goals to pursue. I have my own goals to pursue. And then at some point we clash. Thinking about getting to a negotiation, getting to understanding where you are coming from and where we could go together. Changing your perspective is something that is so important to enable around the world. Each of us has their own goals and pursuits, but I think the question is how can we coexist and each and every one of us can achieve their goals and pursuits in the end with more self-awareness, with more kindness, with more consciousness, and with less judgment and conflict.
Which emotion best describes how you are living this conversation?
Well, let's see. I think it's really this one. I think this is the emotion that I'm living right now, the podcast with. Thank you for guiding me through the questions, sis.
Anytime.
It's really beautiful to have you here. And if I can ask you back the question, what is the emotion that you are leaving the podcast with? I will also give you these cards.
I think it's this one. Because it's been an interesting experience, one that I didn't think I would ever be doing. But I'm glad that I could help you and that we did this together.
Thank you so much. My heart is full. I'm so happy you enjoy it.
Yeah, me too.
That means that I will see you in the next episode.
Maybe.
Amazing. Thank you.